What I say happens pretty much, that I pretty much revolves around, like some devotees told me, Mama, the email went 4 days ago. They said, no, you're not getting my voice. Do you? Said, I means, is it Shirdi Baba? What I say happens, this is you, Sai uncle. I said that both of them are okay. Because what you say, they said from West Coast, what you say, Mama, keeps on happening with more frequency. Because I live for Shirdi Baba. Of course, I talk about everything. Frisco Mountain Line, Habitat. You call them, they will say, hey, you have built a home where they used to be living. That's a reply I got several years ago when a bobcat came into our apartment. Right? They said, oh, what do you mean? I said, you have to vacate. It is their place. I said, very strange. Next time you are not getting my vote. Irving City. So fortunately I vote for Koppel. My address is Koppel. So, see, these are all very strange things. What I say happens. It has happened. Last 1 month, more than 15 things have happened. What I say happens when it applies to Shirdi Baba. The reflection. Is mic okay? It reflects. Oh, something wrong with my ear. When it comes to Shirdi Baba, with every devotee, the reaction of Shirdi Baba is he says something, invariably it happens. I have seen so many stories, so many satsang, private conversation, private thoughts, public thoughts. In everything I find Shirdi Baba says something, it happens. Some people have said, Uncle, what is it that makes him? Who is he? Simple answer. Don't you read Charita Amrutam? In Charita Amrutam, he says, I will become Shiladi. I will become a Sadguru in Shiladi. 2 places he says. Right? You ever read that? So he says that. So Shirdi Baba is none other than Narsimha Saraswati, is none other than what? Right. So Sri Pada Sri Vallabha. In which case, Sri Pada Sri Vallabha has said several things. Narsimha Saraswati has said several things. He also told me several things about my life in my room in Kashi, and everything ditto. That's what we say, right? In colloquial. Everything has happened until this moment. He even told me in that 41 minutes that you will be talking about me in satsangs. I never had any idea. I was a probationary officer in Kashi branch, and then I used to go in Ganges, and then I did not know that Sri Narsimha Saraswati is living there. Guru Charitra was not with me at that time. I was doing a lot of banking. A lot of banking I did. Packed. That is how I did my officer's life. So what I say happens, I have seen Narsimha Saraswati said that has happened. Gurunath says and Guru Charitra says everything is happening. And if everything is happening, there are people, there are characters in Shirdi Baba's life who went to see Shirdi Baba. They all thought this man is defying medical world, is defying all doctors' treatments. He says everything in your heart, in your mind. They all said, Shirdi Baba must be fake. They all said Shirdi Baba is just saying and then he is getting details from other people. That's what is happening with some Siddha Purushas who are on the YouTube. Right now in Tamil Nadu there are 3 Siddha Purushas. One near Padani. He has done quite a lot of miracles. Just passing remark I did about 3 months ago. Now there is another one near Puliyarai, near South Kashi. It's called Ten Kashi. There is a Siddha Purusha who just anybody can go in and he tells every damn thing that has happened in your life, why you are coming there. He tells a question and then he answers and then he gives kani, means fruit. He gives a kani. He is depending on the village deity. In Tamil he is called Karupu Swami. Karupu means black. See, every village in India has got some strange creatures, right, standing there at the end at the beginning of the village, and he's called the Karupa Swami. Swami means God. He is so fantastic. I watched several things the last 1 month. Whenever I get time, I steal 15 minutes to watch him on YouTube. He is so accurately telling. For instance, you go there, he will talk about your husband. What do you want? He will ask. Karpaswami is telling me so many things. So people have started doubting, and his devotees are increasing. First meeting, nobody went. And then the way he deals with it, he sings songs, and then he's interpreting Tamil language, very old literature, Sanskrit literature. And somebody asked, one lady, reporter asked, how do you get this power? He said, right from my great-great-great-grandfather, for about 300 years, they've been like this, and then all of them have come on me, and therefore I do this. And the lady says, so much you are saying and everything is right. I go and talk to them also. Everything is right, they say. How do you know so much about it? Even if we get feeding from somebody, you can't say all these things. At random, he tells a city, and then from the city, he tells before they come, they say, he needs this. Watch this, it'll be amazing. If these human siddhas can do this much, why not Shirdi Sai, Narasimha Swami? He was a great Siddha Purusha. Gurunath, why not our Sripada Sri Vallabha? When I come to that, he also used to say, I always think of him who remembers me, right? And then where there is boundless faith, I reside with him. Actually, it happened in one case. But then, I have always, several times I have talked about Mrs. Manager. You all know her real name. Atmaram Tarkad, Ramachandra Atmaram Tarkad's brother's wife, Mrs. Manager. So Mrs. Manager used to go there to Shirdi several times. Some of the episodes I had told you. And once when she was going, she had severe, nervous issues. All over the body she had. She was not supposed to take cold water bath. She was coming very close. She was on the way to Shirdi. She had severe form of migraine, and she decided to end her life. Okay. Instead of dying at home, my husband will be they're all highly placed people, 3,000 rupees a month salary, when people are getting 3 rupees and 1 rupee salary. So they were all very highly educated family, Ramachandra Atmanantarkat, physicians everywhere, doctors. And she said, I'll go to Shirdi, and right in front of Shirdi Baba, let me die. So she is coming there to the river, okay, Godavari river near that famous city on the way. Huh? No, Narke? No, not Nasik. On the way to Shirdi, 11 miles from Shirdi, you can see the tower. This Kopargaon. Right. I'm sorry because, I am packing my brain with all the phone calls, and then so many very enigmatic stories, elusive stories that sometimes I forget. Kopargaon. She comes there close to Kopargaon, and then she says, she knows very well that migraine headache will increase if you take a dip in a cold water. This is known to everybody, even non-doctors, undoctors, doctors. She says, let me die here. It's only 11, 12 kilometers from Shirdi, and therefore she takes a dip. Not worried about anything. She doesn't tell the husband. Husband is also in the banks of Godavari river, and it's very cold water, right? She goes and dips. And then when she dips, she thought she will get fever and all that. When she dips, she comes out, and then husband is helping. Husband is looking at what she's dying, she said, and she's not dying. Very famous lady. And then she tells the husband, my migraine is gone. My tinnitus, ringing noise is gone. My ears are very good. I must go to Godavari, right? Kopargaon. So that my right ear comes in full bloom. So she comes there, and then she is very, very surprised that she was doubting. That was her first visit, and therefore this Baba has some powers. This Baba is very unique in the annals of a religion, Hindu religion. He is extremely strange, and he is extremely good, and therefore Abhaya Hasta possession. And then she had a same picture in her home. Abhayahasta, it's called, in Hindi and Kannada, Bangalore. She goes to Shirdi. While going to Shirdi, she has very, very strange experiences, and then 6 months after, fast forward, she goes to Shirdi once again. At the time, she is 6 months pregnant. And this young lady goes there, and before she goes there, she feels that in the womb it's very cold and body is turning blue, and therefore some people are saying that the baby is dead. The baby is dead, and she is walking to Shirdi, and she wants to see Shirdi Baba. She scarcely knew that this is the condition of the baby, which is not with life. She goes there, and then the husband is worried. When Mrs. Manager says, "My dear husband, my baby is dead now because don't you see my blue color on the face, and eyes are different, and then they are yellowish blue, and my hands are all losing its power." The husband rushes to Sakori. Am I right? Sakori, very close, 8 kilometers. Sakori goes there, and then there, who is at Sakori in those days, right? Who is at Sakori? Upasni Maharaj. Yeah. Upasni Maharaj is standing there, and Upasni, when the problem is given to Upasni Maharaj, he said, "You have the best doctor and the best nurse in Shirdi." This is several years after Samadhi, Baba Samadhi. I think it is 19. So many years, I remember 1932, okay? If it is wrong, forgive me. He goes there, and then when hearing this, you go there, and he is the best doctor. So they all come back to Shirdi, and then Mrs. Manager says, she falls into coma. And then Ahmednagar say, nearest where doctors used to work is Ahmednagar, city of Ahmednagar, right? Big city where Sansan, president is the IAS, collector of Ahmednagar district is controlling, Shirdi Sansan. And therefore he goes there, and then there was two doctors there in Ahmednagar in 1932. Now there will be, who are all the future doctors? Now maybe 3,200 doctors. Because Ahmednagar, when you go by the bypass, it's a beautiful city sprawling across several miles last time, right? So, two doctors, they said, we cannot deal with it when the child is this thing, blue means child is dead. So, by the time she is unconscious, husband comes there to Shirdi. And that night, strange things happen because Baba is associated with very strange things, unique things, as you will see in the next story. She starts guiding. There is a midwife. Midwifery was rampant in everybody in Shirdi, right? Old ladies. So midwife is coming there, and then she is trying to find out how to remove the dead baby and all that. That is the time when Mrs. Manager starts talking. She tells the procedure exactly what to do. The first step number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then remove the dead body from this. She's not in coma, but she's unconscious for the last 1 week. She's talking. Remember, she is a great devotee of Shirdi Baba. And the entire family, right? Entire family up to Sugal and Mahindra. Everybody, until they are all living now, youngsters. They're all great devotees of Shirdi Sai. And when they're talking, the dead baby came out. And completely immaculate guidance to the midwife, and husband was very, very surprised. And then 1 week after this incident, she was in coma, and then she suddenly woke up and became very healthy. In a very healthy state she came. What I say happens, Shirdi Baba says. Shirdi Baba and Mrs. Manager had spoken several things when she was alive. So many things I can quote. Mrs. Manager's life is very intriguing, like as much as the Narahari story it's about to follow. Or even the masters from England, Professor G.G. Narke. One line I'll say about him. What I say happens. Here I refer to Shirdi Baba directly. Mrs. Manager, I refer to Shirdi Sai. And then she lived a wonderful life all over her long life, and then one of the family members, even they allowed her to become a film star, right? Nalini. She was a very famous film star, on the stage star in Gujarat, Marathi, and then she became a film star, extremely famous. All these things could happen between issues. Professor Narke, went to England. In the elitist circle of Shirdi Sai, Professor Narke holds second or third place. Even Shirdi Baba said that, "Ye bahut hoshyar hai." Baba has once said, and it is there in one of the books. I read all these things, so bahut hoshyar aadmi hai. Like some aadmi, sir, tagda, bahut tagda aadmi hai. Muscled man, right? Mountain lion he can handle. Fortunately, he is here. He's very strong and then he can handle. If something happens to me, I keep him on the right-hand side so he can. Narke's mother got very, very worried that this fellow is gone to England and come back. He's becoming nothing. He's not proving anything. For a few dollars, he has registered himself in a temp agency in those days. 1912. There was temporary agencies. He used to, suited, booted, he used to wait near the phone and 8 o'clock it will come, he will take the car. He had a car. England returned. So he used to go there and do the work for 3 days. Mother was very worried. Such a highly placed MSc Calcutta and, another master's degree from Manchester, England, and then he's coming there. He's a very bright fellow. So what do you do? When you are not getting any job until 1917, he never got that job in Pune. Baba used to say, what I say happens, right? Mother used to say, what are you thinking about him? What are you going to do? In the meantime, when mother is talking, this Professor Narke used to stand in a corner and then do PhD on Shirdi Sai. It is there in Narasimha book, one huge volume on Narke himself. He used to do research, postdoc, PhD on Shirdi Baba. In fact, he has written on what he did research on, and Baba knew that he was doing a PhD. So he told the mother, I'll get him, I'll settle him in Pune. And then, okay, Pune, there was no engineering college. There was an engineering college, but there was no need for a marine and mining engineer, which he was. Marine and mining engineer. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Professor Narke. So he said there is no job. He was working as a clerk in a municipality and getting 10 rupees per, in those days, monthly. He was worth 5,000 rupees per monthly with foreign degrees and all that. Much more, more degreed man in this company who became Sansan chairman was Professor Narke. He was in charge of where the body was laying. He was in charge of that there's a name for that. In the committee, he was in charge of his samadhi. Such an important thing. Even Abdul could not be there. Abdul used to get Professor Narke's permission. Abdul was sitting there on the samadhi, near the samadhi. So the mother was told, mother said he has got an interview in Rangoon. Baba is asked, can he go to Rangoon? Baba, pat came the reply. Go to Rangoon. Come to Pune. Go to Pune. Another interview. Narke was observing, what is that? Is there anything comedian-like thing? Next time, Allahabad interview. Very nice jobs, Allahabad University. He said, go to Allahabad and let him go to Pune. To Allahabad and then Pune. So everything ended in Pune. He was no longer amused. He said, the divinity of this man is slowly coming out. It's effervescent and it's visible in his face and eyes. And then Professor Narke concluded, this is not a human being. He is standing there, Dikshit is coming, then Nana Sahib, Chandorkar is coming, and then Radhakshanamayi, Krishna is coming. Is Krishna here today? The little girl, right? He's just born and she has been named Krishna. Right. Actually, Krishna is Radhakshanamayi. She was born 2 weeks ago. Am I right? Yeah. Very beautiful, charming girl, Krishna. Baba kept on saying, it was 1912 to 1913, January. Mother said 1917 I'll fix. He says, what's going on there? So he kept, very, very eagerly, he was standing there every time. At some point, Professor Narke thought, G.G. Narke will say, G.G. Narke thought, it's better to become a fakir. Fakir is better than going to England and studying all these things. Everybody is saluting me for my degree, but nobody is giving me money. No job. Temporary job. How long can some do coming back from England? So, he finally got very worried, and then he started one day in the dream, he started giving kafnis called kupnis. He started giving kupnis to Shirdi Baba in the Dwarakamayi to everybody, And in the dream he is waiting, Narke is waiting. He did not give anything. A similar dream my wife also went through. Baba gave a very nice dress. Am I right? Udi and then some dress, okay? Female dress, kafni he called. But this fellow never got it. At that time, Baba comes there, next day he goes there, Baba says, do not worry, he is doing this on... do not worry. Narke, this fakir, this Dwarakamayi fakir, right? She does not allow me to give a kafni to you, but I am giving you a job. Do not worry. So that was very reassuring. And then one day he asked, suited, booted, as they say in India, with the English suit and then a nice bata shoes or English shoes. Baba asked him to go and beg one day. This is how Baba introduces some people to do some strange things in their life and then bring them back to his style of the way that person should live, in his opinion. That's going on now. So many devotees are coming back and then they are in a very big trouble. Somebody suddenly losing a job and there is only one prospect in New Jersey. Baba is brought back, lost the job, he took the job back just to give him an associate director, he's a senior manager, give him an associate director or even a director for 50K more in his home state. How about that? He has done too many things, dime a dozen in Shirdi Baba's life. If you are a devotee, you will know all these things. I know all those stories. Why I said this, Narke was not disappointed. When an engineering college professor, you all know that professor position was there. There were so many, he went there without even telling Shirdi Baba. He went to Pune, Baba also asking, what happened to Narke? They said he has gone for a job in Pune. He has gone to personally. When he went there personally, it was very disappointing because there are big, political bigwigs, the British government. A lot of people applied for the professorship. In fact, there were about 47 applications for one position. So he got discouraged. I don't have anybody except the positive words of Shirdi Baba. Hello, you need only one. To this gathering, I say, you need only that. You may come to uncle. Uncle will give you the picture. Uncle gives positive things always, but I have said negative things also to some people. Hey, don't go over there. Don't do that again. All these things I said. If you do that, you will get. To somebody who went to India without even a proper visa, I said, you will come back through Atlanta, nothing will happen. He came through Atlanta. Piece of cake. And then he sent me a cake when he came to Chicago. Mama, you said piece of cake, I am sending you a cake. Only thing is 35 degrees. Chicago is, Illinois, 35 degrees cake. Professor Narke very often in his analysis said, what he says are divine words. What he says happens. There is no escape. Please listen, Professor Narke was a very intelligent man. He has written so much about the divinity of Shirdi Sai. When this is happening, hold on. Several people have asked me, how is Shirdi Baba saying? I told them, I chided them, say, you ask, Mama, how do you see future? How do you read the thoughts? Don't ask about Shirdi Baba. I know, I'm just a servant. I know only 0.000001% of Shirdi Sai's divinity. Chase Bank's interest rate, right? Yesterday in the mail I saw a flyer, colorful flyer saying 7.5% interest. I immediately wanted to see which bank. The bank's name is not mentioned. Hey, welcome to the club. Welcome to United States. I will show that next satsang I'll bring it. I should have brought. I never thought I am going with this humor. So, I am... Hello, Jyoti. Professor Narke, I try to understand because we are all highly educated. Some of you are postdoc, PhDs. Some of you are doing PhD in economics. Her son is going to solve India's problems sitting in the United States. Welcome. Baba's popularity was very, very high in the last 10 years. But then, far before, long before, all these things were happening. Several instances have come. Nobody maintained a diary from 1969 to 1999. First miracle known to human beings are the oil. Water ko tel banake, right? Water turned into oil and then they were all burning throughout. That was a Diwali night. He put all the oil merchants to shame. Teli walai. Now, all those things behind, nobody wrote anything. But then somebody wrote, Narahari, Vasudev Raikar. This Narahari, Baba said too many things. Tonight, if you want, I'll keep on talking for the next 1 hour about Narahari, Vasudev Raikar, 7:15. Till 8:15 I'll talk, but then I don't know if it's possible for me. It's hitting my eyes. So can some IT people do some magic with that? Raise it and then come like that. Yeah. IT people are capable. But there are certain things IT people cannot do. Yeah. So, right, is this one of them? So, I'm trying. I'm no IT sufferer. I'm just trying. Right. There are 2 Lord Shivas here. They can do one Shiva there, one Shiva somewhere there. Okay, he's not here. He hailed. What happened to my Narahari had the single fortunate providence of staying with Shirdi Baba for 21 days. Nobody had stayed with during Baba's life. Nobody had stayed. Radhakrishnamai, you will say, but she was staying in a hut next to the Rath, and therefore she was also. This fellow stayed in Dwarakamayi for 21 days, listening with a rapt attention to whatever Shirdi Baba said, because whatever he said happened in his life next day, 4 days later, 5 days later. I'll trace his life just to tell you, just to do great justice to what I say happens, because I want to unravel the mysticism built around Shirdi Sai. That's all. It's a very simple thing. Unravel the mysticism, or some very, very great devotee close to me said to ravel the mysticism. Both are the same, but then I use unravel. When you are unraveling Shirdi Baba, and his years of his, what I say happens, this Narahari in December 1912, the story goes on in 12 December and then 1913, 1-3. That's all it goes, but then there's too many miracles, too many this thing. Even the book, it goes on, 1/3 the book is only Narahari, Vasudev, Raikar. So, he goes there. I have told about another young man who went there when he was 14, 15 years old, right? When his father, mother died and the uncle robbed him of all the family properties. Remember the name? It's all right, no problem. This Narahari was 16 years old in 16 years old in December 1912. His life was anything but good, anything but prosperous, anything but healthy. In other words, he was leading a very wretched life. Shirdi Baba said in the 3rd chapter, you have been leading a very wretched life. You don't have anything. And I'm going to give you 2 meals a day and then a few dresses to wear. That's all. Which his words came true and he prospered. In 1912 December, only 16 years old, he took a long road from Mumbai all the way to Shirdi. When he was going to Shirdi, it's a very arduous journey, right? From Mumbai, from Bombay those days. And then while going, he knew about Shirdi. No, he didn't know anything about Shirdi. But then when he reached Shirdi, even in the outskirts, he found the village was very rustic. There were several potholes. There were several snake pits. There were several snakes he saw inside the pit. Some of them were very venomous. And then he kept on walking, but then it was a dry earth. And then while he got very tired, he wanted some water. He saw a woman walking towards him on the outskirts of Shirdi. When he saw the woman, she came very close and said, Are Baba, where have you come from? Narahari replied that he had come from Mumbai and he is alone, he doesn't have any family, and therefore I would like to see Baba, Shirdi Baba. In those days he said, Baba, I want to see Baba. He didn't know why he was called by the woman, Baba, where are you coming from? And therefore she says, she shows a direction calmly, and then she walks away. In that direction, he keeps on walking. It's only the outskirts of Shirdi, and therefore, when he is walking, he is very tired. He wants a glass of water, and therefore, there is another woman he sees at a distance, and then she comes pretty close to him, and then he says, "You look like very hungry and very thirsty." She takes from her basket. She's a vegetable vendor. Takes from the basket a glass of water, and then she goes. Their hut is nearby, and therefore she goes into the hut and she brings a plate full of the peanuts, right? Yeah, peanuts with the jaggery, little bits of jaggery, along with a little cup of kulad of water. He takes all these things, and then he takes Narahari. He's very, very hungry, and therefore he thanks her very much. And then while thanking, while he's eating, she's sitting just opposite, and then says, "Let me know your story." And then he says, "I'm an orphan. I came here all the way, and I want to see Shirdi Baba. Can you please tell me which way, where to find him, which way to go?" And then at that point she says, "Exactly a few miles from here," she says, and then she keeps quiet, and then he starts walking. And okay, when he comes to Shirdi, he goes into Dwarakamayi. When he goes into Dwarakamayi, he sees a elderly man, a little bit old. He sees him sleeping on the floor, facing the wall, and then keeping one hand from the elbow below his face as a cushion, and then he keeps one leg above the other, and then he is wearing a not so white coffin. He is also wearing a sirvais, meaning headgear, with a very dirty cloth, and then sirvais is there, and then this fellow doesn't know Shirdi Baba. So about 30 minutes he waits, and then that man turns around and says, "Who are you?" He is actually Shirdi Baba, and then since he has not seen, he says, "Who are you?" At the time, Narahari says all his story. And then Narahari repeats, before that Narahari says, "I don't know you, can you tell me who you are?" And then Baba says, "You idiot." Actual word used was, "You ass." I don't want to say that. "You idiot." Edit. 3-letter word. "You idiot, you don't know who I am? Where are you coming from? I am Shirdi Baba, the one you are looking for." And therefore, their parishai, their introduction, interpersonal relationship, long, going to stay, and he is going to enjoy a lot of Shirdi Baba, unlike any of you here, unlike even me. I've seen him several times, but then I have never stayed there for 21 days in Shirdi, no, hardly 2 days, one point. Baba kept Narahari by his side for 3 weeks of this current stay. So, on the first day he goes there, on the first day, second, third, fourth. On the 5th day, an incomprehensible scene happened in the Dwarakamayi. And since the author says that it's very difficult to describe, because the experiences Baba gave Narahari, Vasudev, Raikar are very strange. None of you would go through that. It's all two incidents are extremely dangerous and precarious things. He went through that. Baba wanted him to go through. If Baba tests somebody like this, if Baba doesn't give you IT job for 6 months, don't worry. Because for the modern men and women, IT job is most important, right? And then comes all other sundry things. Sundry thing in the top one is husband. I have heard people say that. I have heard women say that. But men never say that. But women, I'm not putting down women, okay? Their IT job, they're all making, heavenly amounts, 300, 200,000, 300K, 325K. And therefore, modern times are like that. But then he says, Narahari said several things. During the conversation, the entire day, Narahari found Shirdi Baba very sullen, very disappointing, very dull in the Dwarakamayi. But then, that night he saw a terrifying scene in Dwarakamayi. What a terrible scene he saw. He said, today he calls Abdul. Abdul brings a glass of water and says, Abdul, he is very stern, Shirdi Baba, and says, tonight, nobody should come into Dwarakamayi. Nobody should come, nobody should stay. Everybody should go have their dinner, never come until the sunrise. And he is very, very unequivocally he tells Abdul, you also don't come inside. Don't come inside until your time says 7:30 in the morning. And therefore they all leave. He tells Narahari, you stay here, you sleep here. On the floor he says, you sleep here. And then all the people when they are leaving, they are looking askance at Narahari. This Narahari came 2 days ago and he is able to sleep next to, in Dwarakamayi, next to Shirdi Sai, something like Tatya Patil or Mahalsapati and the other one, right? Shama. So these three people, and suddenly this fellow's credibility has gone up. They are all wondering, and then they left reluctantly. And then Baba said, Narahari, baito, either baito, sit down here next to me. And then finally, Baba asked him to go to sleep. When he asked him to go to sleep, he will say, I may suddenly ask you to wake up. So lie quietly. His instructions are, lie very quietly. Whatever you see, whatever figure you see, whatever dangerous things you see, do not scream, do not cry, do not stand up and kill. If you stand up and talk or run, if you stand up, you will die. Instantly you will die. Because that's a very terrible night, even in Narahari's words, extremely terrible. So he said, we calmly lie down here. No, don't make any noise, any this thing. So he says, whatever happens, you got to be like this and you just watch the scene. Is it clear? Narahari says, Theek hai saab. So I'll be like that. And then Baba says, follow my instructions and don't move. He says it again. And then he goes there. He sits next to Dwarakamayi. Narahari is lying down there and then he's very, very concerned what is going to happen. If I stand or cry or scream, I'm going to die. So I don't want to die because I'm seeing more and more on the third day. At that time, something is moving something is moving near the, what is called, footstep. He has got a sack, he is lying, and then before he goes to do in front of, before Shirdi Baba moves, before he moves, he takes a chalk and then draws a line around the sack of Narahari, and then he had a cup of milk. He pours a little bit of milk and then as a boundary, he says, don't cross the boundary. At that point, when he is doing chanting, he says, Allah, Allah, Allah Malik, and then he is chanting right in front of Dwarakamayi. Something is moving on his, this thing, very close to the bed. He suddenly sees that moves up to against the face, and then he suddenly sees there is a python, black python. The hood itself is he says in his interview, 4 to 6 feet. The hood, and therefore the hood is in a striking pose. It is beyond the line of milk, and then it is standing there, but it is not capable of coming forward. It's very tall, not capable of striking either Narahari or, of course, Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba is calmly doing something. He is looking at Shirdi Baba. There is a halo around him, and the brightness of the halo is so bright, a halo, that the whole Dwarakamayi was lit. He is looking at it, and then the snake, the python, is trying to strike at Shirdi Baba. He is watching, with great trepidation, and then the snake is not able to do that, and therefore he is getting some power about this. Shirdi Baba must be very powerful. Suddenly, Shirdi Baba turns around, Allah Malik and all that. He has finished his meditation. He turns around. At that point, there is a small light, very bright light like your laser guns. Very bright light comes from the eye of the python. One single ray. Very bright. You can see Narahari. And then suddenly, he looks at Shirdi Baba. There is another white, very bright, extremely bright light comes and meets halfway through with the light emanating from the python. When it emanates, when it meets, there is a beautiful form of a small statue of Shirdi Baba. Emanates at the joint of these two lights. At that point, the small, Narahari says, the small Shirdi Baba statue started moving and it engulfed the whole light emanating from the snake's eye, and then it moves in the other direction and goes and merges with Shirdi Baba. He is looking at all these things. When it merges there, the python, he goes over the body and suddenly, everything is vanished. Shirdi Baba is waking up and then come and say, immediately he say, you come with me, come on. So by the time it is, I think, cracking of the dawn, they go there outside. When they go outside, he takes to a place. A place, his name is Hari, a devotee. Hari's hut, he goes there. Probably it was 4:30 in the morning. Hari, chai milavo hame, 2 cup chai. So 2 kullats of chai come, both of them they sing without even brushing the teeth and all that. This fellow Narahari, he takes the cup of tea. And then Baba takes him to another small tree on the hillock near Hari's home. This is all Shirdi, scenes of Shirdi, early morning, on the 3rd day of Narahari's visit. When they go there, there is a small tree. From the tree, he plucks a lonely, leaf. He takes a leaf and then comes there. Baba takes a big stone and digs a small digging. And Narahari also is digging a small pit. Baba suddenly sees inside the pit. Narahari say, take a look, Narahari, idhar dekho. And inside the snake is dead. The same spot, the huge python is dead. Narahari is very surprised. And then Baba goes up in the air and then says something. Finally he says, Allah, take care of this child, pointing at Narahari. Take care of this child. You give him in his life 2 square meals a day. And then also all his worldly necessities, you please take care. Allah Malik, he says, and then Narahari closes the pit with the dead snake inside. He doesn't know why the snake died. He doesn't know why he could not hit Shirdi Baba, leave alone hitting him. He could not, he wanted to strike Shirdi Baba, but then it could not. There is a milk line, he doesn't understand anything. So the mystery, unravel the mysticism of Shirdi Baba, right? To unravel his mystery, this fellow cannot do. He said, I don't understand anything. At that point, he decides, I will give my life to this saint. I'll depend on him. It's better to depend on him rather than go and get a job, rather than go and take every time go to the hut and get from that lady a cup of water. So let me depend on him. That's what he decides. And when all these things are happening, they come back. They come back to Dwarakamayi. And then on reaching the Dwarakamayi, lots of villages are there. They all ask Narahari, hey, what happened in the night? You were all not seen here. Narahari says, well, I was sleeping, a sound sleep. I didn't know anything. No, we didn't see Shirdi Baba. It's like press reporters, the villagers are very inquisitive. Already Shirdi Baba from 1909, October, he has become a big mystery in Shirdi village, right? Last 10 years. So 1912, 1913, January, they're all asking. And then the final question is, well, you have to answer, where were you in the morning? Morning 5:30, Baba used to be there and smoke what? Smoke chillam. And therefore, where is the chillam? Where is Baba? You both were not there. He said, Baba took me for a nice, cool walk. That's the answer he gave. So at that point, that day is over. Baba is, next day morning, Baba tells Tatya, he brings Tatya there. Baba tells Tatya, look Tatya, I have been given, you need not worry for my life. I have been given 5 to 6 years extra. And therefore, I am not going to die now, you need not worry. Why does he tell Tatya? Tatya was the only one. Tatya used to treat him like what? Mama, right? Very good. Mama, uncle, right? And then he's like a stepson, almost a stepson. So he used to go and eat with him. He used to go and sleep with him in the Dwarakamayi and Shavadi, right? So therefore, he tells, you need not worry. I am going to be for 5-6 years from now. And therefore, that becomes 1913 plus 6 is 5 is 1918, right? October is not far away. So he says all that, and Narahari thinks, why is he saying Tatya all these things? Is he predicting his own death? Narahari keeps on thinking, that is where I connect to what I say happens. All these things Narahari is hearing. I will bring only the important conversations of Narahari with Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba says that day, this is the 4th day, he says, lots of people are dying in this world. This is a general conversation, but let me tell you the summum bonum. The cause of death is very varied, can I have some water? Very varied in this world. Some people die of cholera, some people die of, guinea worm, some people die of ECs also in future. So all these people some people die of natural causes, some people die of heart attack. But then in the world he's 16 years old, he's 17 now, not even 16 and a half. Thank you. In the world, in about 80 to 90 years from now, So add 1913 to 80, 1993. In this world, lot of famine, lot of earthly movement, earthquakes, and lots of dengue fever, COVID. He mentions COVID by not by exact name, but by the what do you call the parasites or what do you call that? COVID-19. What causes COVID-19? Virus, yeah, right. So he names a virus, and then lots of medical personnel will be struggling to find out the cause. He is telling Narahari. So this is the case. Civilization will go down. The explosion, the population will explode, particularly in this country, Bharat, India. Tells Narahari, he's hardly 17. What do you think? High school senior, 17? Probably. No, he didn't even go to school. So he doesn't understand anything. But Baba is saying the future of India. That is where the interpretation in the book you read, even you can find out if you read. Baba actually finds out in the process of after independence, 1947, 50, 60, 70, what kind of problems Indian government. He also says government of India will fail miserably. Government will not be able to have resources, the instruments to tackle all these problems. Right? Who wanted Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, didn't have FEMA. Right? When there is a lot of flood and Chennai was flooded, right? Chennai was flooded below the hip. Nobody could walk and know this thing. Men's room, no women's room and all that. They were all ladies and the gents were on the TV, right? Half merged in water. But nobody went and helped because the FEMA failed in Indian FEMA. So all these things Baba is talking, and human beings, he says, human beings will lose. See, he is talking about IT graduates. Now see the next sentence. Now, human beings will lose empathy and sympathy for none, and everybody will allow money to talk. Money will talk, and everybody will be chasing money. If you want, I'll read from the book. Human beings will lose empathy and sympathy towards others, and people will be recognized only by the amount of salary they get, amount of wealth. He's talking about IT graduates, people in IT in the United States, and India too. You all came from India at some point, right? At some point. Maybe you are born here. Well, some of you are born here. So the population there'll be a population explosion. He says exactly it'll go close, so several crores, several billions, 1.4. He didn't say that. So and then Dharma will be in great peril. He says for 3 pages. I'm summing it up. Dharma will be in great peril. Good people will suffer. People with the dharma, people who conduct the affairs in their family, people who love their wives and daughters and husbands, they will all be rebuffed. They won't get back the love. Right? He's talking about so much about India. What I say will happen. The title is happens. What I say will happen. Now when I said all these things about 2 months ago to one devotee, that devotee came and told me, Mama, you say everything and next week it happens. So about future, you are also very meticulous. I said, you don't know about Shirdi Baba, you know only this uncle. That is why I brought Narahari's story. Narahari's story, every day he was sitting there and talking. I'm going to follow up to 21st day and then we will finish it 10 more minutes. 10, 20 minutes because Narahari's story will be extremely fascinating. Yeah, a riveting story. Is it unriveting story? No. It's a riveting story, right? Okay, no reference to anything. I am just getting some English. So, I said magniloquent, that's all right. And therefore, on that day, he said so many things. And then the author says, whatever Baba predicted in 1913 has come true to this day and the age. This age is very difficult. And Baba also told Narahari, and 1993 and after 2000, there will be more challenges. Food will be mixed with lead. Water will be mixed with lead and other poisonous substances. 1 week ago, TV said that in Richardson, don't drink water. Yeah. Is it a commercial for Coca-Cola? No. Don't drink water. Boil it, and people never boiled and water. We don't drink. They shied away from water. They shunned it completely. Even when the city brought bottled water, they said no. That's what I was told. So this Narahari, he started saying, after all this lecture, he listens, and then on the morning of the 9th day, the book says several chapters. I have summed up everything. Narahari stay in the Shirdi for 9th to 18th day. So, how true is Baba's word proved today? He said several more things. And on that morning of the 9th day, Narahari's stomach, ped mein chua, kudrahata. He was very, very hungry. Stomach was rambling. That's the problem if you know too much of English language. Rumbling and rambling. Nanda Kishore Maharaj ki jai. Which is right? Or Sapna Garu? Right. Because Nanda Kishore, most of you know English very well. Nanda Kishore, I saw him once, somebody was talking in Telugu in Ekta Mandir, Mahalakshmi Mandir here. He was translating simultaneously Telugu to English. Sometimes he wrote also one word in one sentence in English. The Telugu gentleman never spoke that. Wait a minute, how do you do that? No, he's about to speak. Because in Telugu, he saw the sequence and therefore he wrote. This really happened. You ask him. If it is not true, if it is untrue, am I right? Okay, I'll pay you $108 next week. Okay. On the 9th day, Bhaya Jama brought a basket of all bakris. You know, bakri she used to make for Shirdi Baba. And this fellow saw the bakri and then he lunged for the bakri. He started eating. He had not even that morning, early morning, 9th day, living in Dwarakamayi. So Baba was watching and Baba gave a big lecture to Narahari about gnawing hunger, pangs in the stomach. And he also said several people in Bharat will experience this hunger pangs in the coming days, particularly after 2000, because the government will be failing. Baba knew about DMK and ADMK governments, even then. Very nice. So, I wish the Chief Minister listens to this chapter, right? So, he said all these things, no regard for the loved ones and all this, another lecture. After eating the bakris, he was very happy that he got the bakri. Did he really care about the lecture of Shirdi Baba? Probably not. And then Narahari was staying 9th to 18th day. On the 11th day, Baba said, come on, let's go out. While going, there is a Maruti temple. What is that noise? There? Okay. There is a Maruti temple. Baba takes him to the Maruti temple. It's in between Chavdi and this thing is a Maruti temple. That's it, next in between. So he goes there and says, hey, take some of those sand. Near the parapet wall, there is a stand. Illak. Are you listening? Are you hungry? Bakri chahiye? Right. Too deep. Like Narahari used to be like that. When Baba talks on the 11th day, he was very careful and very, very inquisitive as to what he is going to do. Something more dangerous than Python software. No, this is real Python. The other day somebody called me and said, Mama, Python is no longer useful. It's all right. You find a language serpent. Hey, IT, you are IT, right? In my opinion, IT people can do more miracles than Shirdi Baba. That's why they're paid sky-high salaries. I'm not even talking about doctors, okay? In future, Baba has told me, IT people will make at least $10 more than doctors. Doctors may make $500,000, 500,000. With AI, IT people will make 500,000 plus $100. So, the doctors are now talking about more AI and more homeopathy, because most of solutions will come from homeopathy drugs in future. So these are all the truth I am telling you. What I say will happen, that I is me. I have said millions of things in my personal conversations. Baba says, keep that sand there. Keep that Maruti. There's a small Maruti, the statue. Keep the Maruti on the sand. After 5 minutes, he says, he lifts his lifts his hands and then says, Allah Malik and all that. He mumbled something and then he comes back. Take that sand away in Narahari and then keep it in the original place. And then he takes it and then keeps it in the original place. At that point, they are back in Chavdi. And then from Chavdi, they walk back to Dwarakamayi. And then at that point, Baba asks that tea wala Hari to bring 2 cups of chai, kullad of chai, and the chai is brought. They both like the chai, and after drinking the tea, he tells Narahari, you better leave now Dwarakamayi, better immediately go in the village, Shirdi village, you go anywhere you want. But evening dawns, you have to come back to me in Dwarakamayi. Strict orders. Baba always says strict. And then he says, go and spend, I told you that. And then he says, when he comes there in the evening, he says, sit there near the Duni. He sits there near the 6:30 p.m. and then he takes lots of udi from the duni, he spreads them in front of who? Narahari. When he spread so many things, Narahari thinks, what's going to happen now? Is he going to, put my face in the udi and then press me so that I'll die full of, or should I eat all the udi? He just goes berserk with thoughts. But then Baba says, all these things he is doing, and then finally he says, your work has started. Narahari, don't worry about anything from this moment. Day 11 of the 21 days. Your work has started, you need not worry about anything. Very meaningful words going through Narahari's life until he dies. This story goes up to he's hardly 13, 14. He has to meet several people he talks about. And then 5 more minutes, please. Are you all okay? Narahari's story I cannot complete, but then there is this very, very wonderful story. So now your work has started, Baba says. And on the 18th day, something else happened. On the 18th day morning, 21 days he stays. 18th day morning, he wakes him up. Are Utto, Narahari. He goes there at 4 o'clock in the morning. Baba used to wake up at 4:30, right? Narahari is walking like a zombie and he is going very fast. Shirdi Baba walks too fast. There are lots of episodes on that. And then the Narahari is running behind, and then he goes to the same snake pit, python snake pit. And then in the python snake pit, he is racing. He again plucks up this thing, the leaf, plucks a leaf and then puts it on the mound where underneath is the snake. And then after putting, he just raises his hand and said, Allah Malik, take care of this youth, Narahari, all his life. He should lead a very good life. And then he puts one leaf he plucked from the tree. And then he turns around. There's a big cyclone hitting the mound. A huge cyclone, and then all the dust on the ground, Shirdi, right? So everything comes on Baba's face and Narahari's face. They are so dusty. Their dress is so dusty. And then Baba says, don't look back at the snake mound. You come back. And then in 5 minutes, there is a sudden stopping of the storm. Everything suddenly stopped. And then Baba brings him to Dwarakamayi. And then he says, come my child. Come my child, your life has started improving from today. Remember, Baba had often said Narahari's destiny is wretched. That's a word he used in Hindi and Marathi. Very wretched life he is going to have, and what was written up in your Janam Patri, in the annals of your Patri, is very eager. Means, Shani Bhagavan or whoever, Lord Shiva didn't give you anything. You are going to lead a wretched life, and all that is changing from the previous day. I told you previous day, and today he is saying your life has started improving. That's really, really nice. And that day is a very unique day, the 19th day. They are sitting in the Dwarakamayi. Baba suddenly he talks, but I am not telling you what he spoke, very meaningful. He takes lots of duni mai udi, and then he spreads in front of Narahari. And then what he does is, he goes and takes his sirvesh out, and then he cuts it into two. His headgear, cuts it into two, and then one part he keeps it on the udi spread in front of Narahari, right? You are following? And the other part he is just keeping there. So one part is there right on the udi, and then he takes his right palm, and then he does that. When he does that, the entire palm is there, the silhouette or whatever, what do you call that, the impression. The impression is come on the sirvesh part, right? That one sirvesh part he is carefully holding. He just tells Narahari, Chupro, there's nothing you have to do, you just watch. Then he just carefully handles and then knots, and then takes the other part of the headgear sirvesh, it's called, and then puts it carefully in that, and then he ties it and then hands it over to Narahari. Narahari does not understand anything, right? His age, hardly 16. He doesn't, he has learnt not to question Shirdi Baba. If you question, they will say Chupro, right? You just watch. Baba says, the last part, did you find out last part? And then he says, what was that? Narahari says, no, I don't know. What I am doing it, this is becoming a part of you. This whole thing is part of you for several years. In fact, 36 to 40, for 46 years. I don't know. We'll do the calculation later. 20 years from now, a friend of mine will come to you. 20 years from now. 20 years from now, I'm sorry. The person is a friend of mine. This is the palm. He shows the palm, right? This is the palm, his own palm. Belongs to a person who is going to be born. This is the right story. Going to be born 20 years from now. 20 years from now, and then this person is my friend. He is going to be in the medical field. You are going to die in his hospital, and then you will be very old, and you will see him when he is 36 years. When my friend is, he is not even born. He is going to be born after 20 years from 1913. So you add it up and find out everything is there. So he is saying you should not talk about anything, and he comes close to his left ear and then says a mantra. This mantra you have to tell along with this bundle. This mantra you have to give that person. 20 years ke baad he is going to be born, and then 36 years later you will be very old. You add all these things to 17 years, that is when he is going to die. Baba says you will meet with him, or he will come and see you. He is my friend. He will meet with you when you are about to die. Narahari is about to die. So Baba is saying when Narahari is going to die. The year has come out. You just do the math, right? So he says you will be near an ocean in a hospital. Everything is there. I just abridged everything. And then how will he believe? You will all be wondering, how will he believe? Baba is going to take 5 years, he is going to take Samadhi. And in 5 years, after 5 years, there is no Shirdi Baba. So you tell all these things you have to say. And then he says second time, he also calls him an idiot. You understand completely the same word he is using. So all these things he says, and then the mantra. This mantra is a unique mantra. It's a very powerful mantra. You have to tell him, and he is not going to believe you one akshar, one word. For that, you have to tell him the following. He says, Narahari, listen very carefully. Okay, very intently you listen to me. Don't divert your this thing. He is holding the packet. He doesn't know what is in the packet, even though he saw Baba could materialize anything. He is holding it and then listening to Shirdi Baba. And Baba says, you have to tell him that you are going to meet him, right? On the third day, 3 days after, wait a minute, that story is, on the third day after meeting with that fellow, my friend, he is going to develop a scuffle. He is going to be in fight with some people. This is how you are going to prove that all that I am telling that coming through you will be true. He will develop a great fight with a group of people, and then the next day he will be going for lunch. He will miss his lunch until night dawns, until about 7:38. He will be about to eat lunch, but he will not be able to eat lunch, and he will eat lunch only in the night time. Narahari, remember these two. You remember these two. And then if he agrees, oh, that is right. If this condition is fulfilled, if these things happen, I'll believe in your Shirdi Baba. These are all things going to happen. He is going to talk about Shirdi Baba to that fellow, and that fellow is a doctor. That doctor's name is Dr. Sashikant Javeri. Have you heard of this devotee of Shirdi Baba? In his life, he did yeoman service to people in Maharashtra, in Bombay, Dr. Javeri. And a very popular person, perhaps in his times more popular than the previous devotees, not Dikshit, but the Ramachandra Atmaram, Tarkat family. So perhaps more popular, what. So he is telling all these things. Second time Baba repeats, he never repeats. He said, he told two things. His Mahasamadhi year in the previous chapter, and now he is telling when Narahari is going to die, okay? And then in 1938, so he said 20 years, everything, and Baba said something else, because it's palmistry, right? In the palm that he created, there were 2 lines. From the Mount of Venus, below the thumb is called Mount of Venus, there will be a line emanating, and 2 lines means the life will be a little bit danger, and then it will come back. That's called the lifeline. And then it goes there. It is ending between the index finger and the middle finger. And he gives that picture to him. And this is the palm of that Dr. Javeri. Okay? This is the palm of the Dr. Javeri. It's going to happen how many years from now? So if he wins, if you win in the story, he is going to spread my name. And then this is what he's saying. And then he is also saying, Narahari, I'll read. You are going to practice palmistry and you will attain knowledge of it. You will gain enough knowledge, only enough knowledge to get you 2 square meals a day and a few clothes to wear. Nothing else. I won't give you anything else. Baba restricts some people's life like this, like Narahari's life. Watch carefully. This is because my blessings will give you, will never go you, will never get you hungry. That is 2 square meals, right? So Narahari was holding that in his hand and he was sitting calmly for quite some time. And ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 more chapters, but it's already 8 o'clock. Not that I'll be able to talk, but then it'll test your thing. Remember that Narahari Vasudev, Raikar's story, I'll continue sometime in 2-3 months. I'll continue because the next 2 episodes in Narahari's life is just fantastic, so unbelievable. He meets with Dr. Sashikant, and Shashikant's life, those 2 incidents I told you, remember, both the incidents happen exactly like Baba said how many years back. Therefore, I am concluding remarks for this satsang. My satsangs are continuous. Remember, you come to Shirdi Baba and then do this puja. This puja adds lots of punya. This puja also will make Baba talk to you about your future. Just like Narahari's future, just like bringing Dr. Shashikant Javeri's life. And Shashikant Javeri became one of the wonderful devotees of Shirdi Baba. He did so much of work as a doctor. He was an MBBS. As a doctor he did, and then he became very, very popular. He had 2 padukas, and then of Shirdi Baba's paduka, Baba gave one impression of paduka also. He didn't tell Narahari, it was in the bundle. So he made 2 instructions were there in Marathi. He made 1 wood, 1 stone and 1 brass. And then those are installed even today. Anybody who is going to the temple, just like remember Ratnagiri. You go to Ratnagiri and ask for something, you will get it. It's a very famous place of Dada Kadam story. Last week or 2 weeks ago, 2 months, last month in Sri Ram's home. So Dr. Kadam also became very popular, Ratnagiri. Just like that, these padukas, I'll tell you where they are. You just go, hunt for it, not necessary, Baba will tell you. Go and touch and pray for 30 minutes. Whatever you want in life, you ask, everything will come to you. These padukas are given by Shirdi Baba. The impressions were given and Dr. Javeri made it. So, can you live lives like Narahari? Leave all your thing and go behind Shirdi, go to Shirdi and beg and Shirdi Baba, wait for Shirdi Baba to come to you. Now you can see only in his astral body and he won't appear in astral body before everybody. For that, he has got some definitions, right? You've got to be selfless, you've got to completely forget, you've got to have detachment. That includes detachment from IT work. Who can get IT work detachment, right? Can you get detached from IT? Mama, that is my bread and butter. How can I do that? Yeah. But Shirdi Baba is also necessary, Mama, for me. Like everybody will say that. I complete this satsang today saying, what I say happens. What I say will happen. You may take that any way you want. So with that statement about Shirdi Sai, the satsangs will get more intense down the road because I am bringing living devotees, very intense devotees I am going to bring. After all, he lived pretty close to the 1990s, 1980s and 90s he lived. So it's very close. It is 2024, right? I'll bring some more younger people of 2024 and 2019, 2005, and they will all be there. Some of them are elder. They are all coming to my satsang. When you hear their stories, you will be wonderstruck what Baba is saying about them. I know what Baba is saying about those people, something they are denied. They may take notes and then find out the exact things will happen. Thank you so much. Now let us go to the puja. If everybody is ready, let me know. Ready, everybody is ready. Om Sri Sai. Om Sri Sai, Sri Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Sri Lakshmi Naraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Krishna Rama Siva Marutayati Rupaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Sesha Sai Ne Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Godavari Tata Shiladi Vasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhakta Hridayalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhakta Hridayavasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Sarva Hridayavasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Budhavasaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Buddha Bhavishya Pava Varjitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Kala Kalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Kala Darpa Damanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Mrityunjayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Amartyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Martya Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Jivadaryaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Sarvadaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhaktavana Samarthaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhaktavana Pradiknyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Annavastradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Arogya Shemadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Arogya Shemadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Dhanamangalya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Riddhi Siddhidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Putra Mitra Kalatra Bandhudaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Yoga Shema Vahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Apat Bandhavaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Marga Bandhave Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhakti Mukti Swarga Pavargadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Preeti Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Priyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Antaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Sachidatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Sachidatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Nityanandaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Paramasugataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Paramasugataya Namaha. Thank you. Om Sri Sai, Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Paramatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Jnana Swarupine Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Jagadapitraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhaktanam Matrudatru Pitamahaya Namaha. Bhakta Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhakta Para Dinaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhakta Anugraha Kataraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Saranagada Vatsalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai, Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Vairagyataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prema Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samshaya Hridaya Daurbalya Papa Karma Vasana Shayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Hridaya Granthi Bedagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Karma Dvamsine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sutta Sasvastidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Gunadita Gunatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ananta Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Durdarsha Shobhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Aparajitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Trilekeshu Avigata Gataye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Sakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Surupa Sundaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ashintaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhagirva Vishwamurtaye Namaha. Arubhavyktaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ashintaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Manovagatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prema Murtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sulabhadurlabhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Anathanatha Bandhave Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Bharaptute Namaha. Om Sri Sai Akarmaneka Karma Sukarmine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Punya Charavana Kirtanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Tirthaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Vasudevaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satam Gataye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satparayanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Loganadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhavananagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amritamsave Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaskara Prabhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Brahmacharya Tapasaryadi Suvrataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Yogeshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhagavate Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satpurushaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Satya Dattva Bodhagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kamadi Sadvairi Dvamsine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Apedanandanubhava Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samasarvamata Sammataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samasarvamata Sammataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Atpudananda Sharyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prabhannarthi Haraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samsara Sarva Dukkha Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samsara Sarva Dukkha Chayakaraya Namaha. Sarvavit Sarvato Mukaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvantar Bahistidaya Namaha. Sarvabhishta Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya 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 Namaha. Sarvabhishta Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samarasa Shanmarga Sthapanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sri Samartha Sadguru Sai Nadaya Namaha. Samartha Sadguru Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayaga Rajadiraja Yogiraja Parabrahma Sri Satchidananda Sadguru Sri Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. In this 1 minute silence, 1 minute. In this 1 minute silence, I'm thinking of lots of happy birthdays and happy wedding anniversaries. Yesterday or today is the wedding anniversary of a very effective, very sincere, very dedicated, highly efficient medical professional from Houston. Happy wedding anniversary to you, Dr. Sonal and Sri Ravi. There is several wedding anniversaries. In the forefront of Shirdi side devotion, there is someone who is celebrating happy birthday, and therefore happy birthday to this young UTD student who is delving deeper into the human consciousness and human brain. Happy birthday, Vaishnavi. There are several, no clapping. Dr. Sonal is is someone who is very close to our family, and then she is a very excellent doctor. I can never forget how efficient she is. And there are other happy events in Ellicott City, in West Coast. Somebody is getting a nice job with a promotion. Congratulations to that gentleman. And therefore there is the person who ran a 26.7 mile marathon in Fort Worth, Texas, our neighbor. She ran it successfully and got the belt and the medal. Congratulations, Srimati Sushmita of Austin. There are several people who are doing research. I'm not taking away your time. Look at the achievements of Shirdi Baba devotees. This doctor, this UTD student, this marathon runner, their bhakti devotion is, boundless. They think of Shirdi Baba day in and day out. And therefore, they are definitely going to achieve. They are going to live long and do his seva. And may all of you do on your birthdays and wedding anniversary dates. It could be next week or it could be next millennium. No, I'm wrong. Do it in his name and you will get all that you want. Few examples I stray into, like Narahari and Dr. Javeri and living devotees. Thank you so much for coming to the satsang and supporting me, supporting my mission. Thank you. We will do the Aarti.
Sai Baba Rama Chutta Bhakti Chandra Bhaka Bhava Kundali Radha Kundali Radha Bhava Kundali Radha Rahu Rahu Vedana Kara Bhava Shivandana Sai Shivandana Kara Bhava Shivandana Ganunhani Baba Sai Bhava Bhava Maje Ai Bhava Maje Ai Bhava Bhava Maje Ai.
Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha
Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha
Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha
Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha
Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha
Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha
Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha